Hey y'all, this is a weird video that I did not plan on doing. It's January 27th. Yesterday was just very weird. It was very eventful. There's a lot going on around me personally and around me in the world. Yesterday morning, my dad and I woke up at 6 a.m. and we started driving out to LA. On the drive over there, I had heard the news that there was one coronavirus case found in Orange County, and then within the hour probably, another case was found in Los Angeles. So much is going on. So much is going on in the world. Something about me is that growing up, we never really did anything, went anywhere. The first time I went to LA, I was 17 years old. And I can count on my hands probably how many times I've been to LA. Every single one of them was for a purpose, and it was very eventful, and I remember them very well. And this time was the day that Kobe Bryant died. And it's so weird. Like, for me, eventful days in general are strange because they're eventful. But yesterday we went to LA and we had tacos at this taco shop, and it was such a good day. I said in the morning, today's gonna be such a good day. And there was all these questions in the air. Nobody knew what the heck was going on, who was with him, and then it turned out to be true that Gianna was with him. This is just such a hard loss. I'm not a basketball fan. My dad's a basketball fan, however. He's such a Lakers fan. He has Kobe's number 8 jersey back home. In the morning, when we were driving there to LA, I had the Lakers blanket on me because I was really cold. And then the Grammys were going on, and my dad told me he heard people were gathering outside of the Staples Center, and I said, let's go. We're here, let's go. And he had a funny feeling about it. But we wound up going, and it was just hectic. So we turned around once we actually got there. There was so much traffic, I was anticipating getting there, and I was just wondering who here is on this same route as we are headed to the Staples Center for Kobe. It's so weird. We passed the intersection where the 92 riots happened. Just LA for me is very, it's not my home, of course, but it's a place with so much history. And so being there feels really strong. For me, what had triggered so much emotions was that I was trying to keep it strong all day. I knew that my dad was really feeling it. It was just a sense of mourning all day after hearing the news. We had dinner, and it was just a quiet dinner. Everybody around us was loud and talking. And then when I got back to my apartment, I had decided that I was going to go ahead and give Donna, my cat, to my dad. Because right now we have a mold infestation going on in my apartment. There's a mold guy that's supposed to come and give us an A+. And then they're going to do demolition and renovation, so I just didn't want to put my cat through that. And she has a very hard time getting in her cage. Oftentimes she pees. I picked her up real quick and I cuddled with her for a second, and I quickly put her in the cage before she could freak out. And that really did it for me, because I'm pretty much alone right now. I shouldn't be here. Maybe. I'm not sure. We are legally meant to be in a hotel. The insurance company is supposed to be compensating us, but I don't even have the money to pay before being compensated, so I'm here. So with all that being said, I'm seeing a lot of discourse about shifts in the universe and a lot of change coming, and I'm already feeling that. I felt that, I think it was Friday morning I got an email saying that I had been accepted to UC-DC, so I'll be in DC for the summertime, and that means that I'll be away from my cat and from my family for the longest amount of time ever. I'm also up for an internship with an organization that I really believe in. I don't know if I'm going to get it or not, so I'm not going to say their name or anything like that. And I have that interview on Wednesday. So I just feel really off, and I need a sort of cleanse. I'm not sure what type of cleanse, and that's the only way that I can describe it. Like, even my room, it's such a mess right now. And so that's what I'm going to do. If I had incense, I would light incense. No, I wouldn't actually, because I don't really like the smell of incense. I'm curious what else you can burn to cleanse a space that is ethical, because I don't want to purchase sage. Sage comes from a plant that is an endangered species at the moment. And if you purchase sage, that tells corporate America that there is a demand in the supply chain. And then that supply sold to the public will take from indigenous practices and cultural traditions, and it'll weaken the plant itself. So, and there are a few other plants to cleanse with, I believe, that are also endangered. I'm just not sure which ones, and so I'm gonna clean my room right now.
This is currently what my room looks like.
Taya said it makes her nervous that I leave those like that. I guess she was right. I used to have some pictures right here and right here, and they were just kind of meant to inspire me. Some of them said like write a book, experiment with playwriting. But I realized recently that I had written those notes to myself like 2 years ago, a year ago, and things have changed. Okay, write a book, experiment with playwriting. They're not dreams anymore. I think they're things working in motion that are a bit more of a reality, and I don't need the reminder anymore. So I have chosen different pictures to inspire me. So this first picture, I don't know if you can tell, it's like a nighttime picture of a person driving. Like you can see here the steering wheel and the gas gauge and like the radio and the road right here. And I chose this one because I am an unlicensed 21-year-old. When I was in LA yesterday, my dad, he was just saying, you get a license, because he had come all the way from Coachella to San Diego and then to LA. And I love him so much for doing that for me. And he's getting to be an old man. He's been driving since he was like 9 years old, legitimately 9 years old. Very, very experienced driver. And something that I was talking about earlier was just that the feeling in LA was really off, and I attribute it to Kobe's death. But the driving in LA, I was like, is this really it? Because I didn't remember it being that crazy. Like the streets are you can't even read them. Like I'm like, what's going on? But the actual driving, the drivers around us, it was scary. I kept telling my dad, I kept telling him, even if I do get my license, I don't want to drive here. Like, this is scary. And I'm annoyed that people have to drive me everywhere. Like, trust me, it's annoying not having your independence. I chose protest pictures to help inspire me. So you see here, and then this picture from, I believe, a Black Lives Matter protest. This woman right here as well, a girl with her guitar. Because if you saw my other video, I bought a guitar. I just want to be reminded of these women and how strong they are. I really, really want to get more into things like, I wouldn't even know the word for it. Do you call it witchcraft? Do you call it, like, what do you even call it? Like psychic energy? Things like star children, empaths. I believe I'm an empath. I think I might have known but not understood the concept or had a name for it ever since watching The Perks of Being a Wallflower. He described it at the end. He said there are just so much people in this world and they're hurting, and that's how I just really resonated with what he said at the end. I should really watch that movie again. I haven't seen it in a while. But that was the only way that I could describe this way that I was feeling last night. It just feels like something is off. It feels like I need to do something to reset, but at the same time, I have to learn how to cope with these changes while they're evolving, because they don't stop. Even though we feel like, oh, there's a lot of change coming, that's true. However, there are a lot of sudden changes, and then there are a lot of ongoing changes. The sudden changes, I really take in, and I think that's the empath part of me. But the ongoing changes are the ones that I kind of ignore, and then I ignore it for a prolonged period of time. So if anyone feels like telling me if there are words for what I'm interested in, if there's one single word, say a little prayer for you. You know what I just realized? I can take off this UCDC little pamphlet because I got in. I don't have to manifest it anymore. I'm in. Oh my God. This one too. Of course Michelle Obama stays. Who do you think I am? Here I realized that I want to put a picture of the Brown Berets, specifically the protest where they have that big banner that says war isn't in Vietnam. It's our fight is at home and not in Vietnam.
Closet is clean. A little bit less chaos here. That has to stay there. I can't do anything about it. So good. Wow, what a transformation. Nothing here. A floor. That's what's here. That's all that's there. A floor. Nice clean bed. I got grays going. And just like that, I feel a little bit better. Just don't listen to all those people saying that, oh, 2020 is going to be such a bad year. We're all screwed in 2020. Like, don't listen to it. This is just a couple days. Yesterday was one really awful day, but that's not going to be every single day. Your entire day is not going to be entirely good or entirely bad. Yesterday was pretty bad. But for me, there was a lot of good things going on as well. And I think everyone can say that if you just pick out one good thing that happened. Like, oh, I did my makeup so good. I did my brows so good. Oh my God, I had this really good conversation with a Starbucks worker. I don't know. Maybe a dog walked past you and let you pet it. Maybe a baby smiled at you. And with that, I'm gonna go for tonight. Have a good one, and I'll see you another time.